Lights up bright, dope, Campbell Stadium is alive. Seminoles rise and fight to survive. Helmet gleam under that blazing sun. Florida State where champions run. Seminole sideline 365. Feel the roar, we're coming alive. Garnet and gold in the battle we thrive. This is our house where legends arrive. Turf torn up under Seminole feet. The war chant pounds to the heart's own beat. Chop through the noise like a storm in the sky. 2025, we reach for the high. Seminole sideline 365.
Oh, hey, that's great music, isn't it? Hey, this is the old man, and welcome to Seminole Sideline 365. This is not about football, okay? This is not about football. We just did our Virginia Tech football preview show last night. If you didn't catch that live, you can catch it on record on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, of course. It's always out there. So go ahead and take a look at it. Leave us your comments. Also, I was asking people whether or not they've used Sling TV or not for the day game pass. I think it's called the day game or the weekend pass, and what your experience has been with that. But today, right now, is all about FSU Men's Basketball Team. Okay. And I've gotten really interested in men's basketball this season because of the new blood, the new energy, the new enthusiasm, and NBA experience that former FSU player and now head coach Luke Loucks brings to this team. So I hope you'll join me on a regular basis as we go through the season of 2025-26 season with Coach Luke Loucks in his very first head coaching job in college or the pros. Now, Luke has spent a lot of time around professional basketball, and I think he brings a hell of a lot of knowledge to this team and to this program. And I think that you want to pay attention to what's going on with this team. So I'm just going to give you some highlights. We're going to talk a little bit in general, kind of about this team and maybe what we can expect. But the first thing we want to do is we want to talk about how tough it is for a head coach in his first year, first job, to put together a team. He's basically had to dismantle the old team under Coach Hamilton and start from fresh and build an entire new team for this season. So do I expect him to win the national championship? Absolutely not. Do I expect him to make the playoffs, the March Madness? Probably not. Okay, that's realistic. Probably not. Could he surprise some people in the ACC this season? I really think he could. If he could finish in the top half of the ACC and get a potential NIT bid, I think that would be realistic goals for this men's basketball team. But let's take a look, and I've got a few graphics I want to put up. So I'm sometimes not as technically proficient as I should be when KB's here with me. But a lot of these basketball shows probably will be done by myself. KB may or may not drop in. The guy actually has a real job. Okay. So let's go ahead and try to get up the first slide that I want to put up here for you. Let me see. Let's see if it's already up here someplace. Okay. And here it is. And there it is, big enough. Let's take a look at the schedule so far, what's happened. Now, there were a couple of exhibition games and I think that's a super way to get your basketball team. Now, I've coached basketball at much, much younger levels, youth levels, and I always wanted to get my team in front of someone else. I wanted to not scrimmage against people ourselves. I wanted to scrimmage or practice against other teams that were going to challenge us, and that's what Luke Loucks has done. He played a game against Alabama, an exhibition game. This was not considered a regular season game. And they took Alabama to overtime. So that was a really good experience for his team. And then he took on our old friend and Heisman Trophy winner and national champion Charlie Ward, who's now the coach over at Florida A&M. We wish Charlie Ward and the Rattlers a very successful year. In that game, Florida State dominated that game, and we scored 100 points in that ball game as well. Now, when the regular season started, it started on November the 4th at the Tucker Center. Alcorn State came in, and Florida State won that game 108-76, as you can see. Hopefully, you can see the graphic here on your screen if you're watching. If not, you can use this as a podcast. Just listen in, and that's fine too. Chauncey Wiggins, we'll talk about him as we go down through the roster. He was the high man with 22 points. And a guy you're going to hear a lot about on this basketball team. High assist was Robert McCray, transfer out of the portal from Jacksonville. He had 17 assists, which was a new record at Florida State. And Chauncey Wiggins is a portal transfer from Clemson. And he's going to be a key player on this basketball team. Now, on November the 7th, Florida State at the Tucker Center once again took on Alabama State. Once again, we scored over 100 points, 101-64 in that game. They played, again, extremely well, both on the offensive end and on the defensive end. And we'll talk more about their strategies and what is going to be good about those strategies, what's not going to be so good on both ends of the court here. And then the biggest challenge to date was November the 11th, just a week ago. And we played the Florida Gators at Gainesville, our first road game under Luke Loucks. And unfortunately, we came up a loser. But did we come up a loser? We lost by 2 points in a very exciting, a highly competitive game at Gainesville. And we could have won this game. But this team, our team, played very, very hard. They gave relentless effort. And I think that we learned a lot against the reigning national champions, the Florida Gators, who are currently ranked number 10 in the country. 78-76 was the score in that game. And high point man was our point guard, if you want to call him. I think he's one of the leaders on this team, and that is Rob McCray again. He had 29 points in that game. His assists were a little bit off. He had 4 assists. I expect that number to be up higher in most games. So that's what we have to date. On regular season, we're 2-1, and we've got some time off now. Robert McCray looked like he was limping a little bit. It looked like he might have turned an ankle. I don't have any injury reports or any information on that, but we've got about a 2-week rest period here before they take on their next opponent. And that'll be at the Tucker Center again, and that'll be Tuesday, November the 18th. UT Martin comes to town at 7 p.m. You can get great tickets for these games. You know, you can take a family to these games and see some really good basketball, exciting basketball, entertaining basketball under our new coach, Luke Loucks. So I would take advantage of that. I would. Unfortunately, I don't live in the Tallahassee area, but I'm looking for games. Maybe they have 2 games in 1 week. I could take a trip up there and catch a couple of games in a row, which would be very good because the tickets really are an outstanding value. So and once they get into ACC play, those prices are going to change a little bit, obviously, for certain key games like North Carolina, Duke, teams like that. So let me throw up the next slide, if I can figure this out here. Let me throw up another slide that I want you all to see. And be patient with me here. I'll get it up here. I'm learning as I go. The only way to do it is to learn as you go. So let's take a look at this is the slide I want you to see. It's the roster for this Noles team. Let's get the roster up here. I think you can see that. I think everybody can see that at this point. You should be able to see a bunch of names up there. And sure enough, you have that. Let's take a look at this roster and how this team's going to be. We have the key players on this team when I look at this roster are senior players. This roster was built mostly through transfer players out of the portal. Now, the certain key guys that are names you're going to want to remember, okay? One is this young freshman out of Paris, France. His name is Thomas Bassong. He's a 6'8" forward, goes a little over 200 pounds. He is an exciting player to watch. He's got a lot to learn. He's going to learn a lot under Coach Loucks, and he is a key player on this basketball team. They need him to have a decent production and good defense in just about every game. You're going to see him get anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes per game, but he is going to be a big asset to this team over the next few seasons. The next person I want to talk about is, is LaJay Jones. LaJay Jones is a guard. Now, Coach Loucks' teams, they play a heavy guard presence. They may have 3 guards on the court. They may even have sometimes 4 guards on the court at any one time. Generally, 3 guards at any one time. They are a shooting team. They want to shoot the ball outside the paint. They want to shoot the 3-pointers. He expects a high percentage of 3-point shots, and these shooting guards, that's who he's brought in. He hopes to accomplish it through them. So LaJay Jones is going to be a 6'7" guard, 220 pounds from Neptune Beach, Florida. He's going to be a key part of this offense. Kobe McGee, a shooting guard, 6'5", a little over 200 pounds from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Kobe McGee is going to be a key player in the lineup too, and expect to see him on the court quite a bit. And then I think who the leader of this team is Robert McCray. He's a 6'4", 190-pound guard from Columbia, South Carolina. Portal transfer, came out of Jacksonville down the road. And then we have another guy that you want to keep an eye on, and that's a Clemson transfer. And I don't know, I don't have it up here. His name doesn't show up here, but it's Chauncey Williams. Okay, Chauncey Williams is a forward. Chauncey Williams is 6'10" forward. He is a key player, a key scorer on this team as well. Now, those are the guys you should expect to see the most out of. Martin Somerville is another shooting guard. I expect to see him on the court as well. Now, Alex Sten is a forward, 6'9", forward, 230 pounds, senior. He's going to be on the court for rebounding and the big man in the middle. Florida State does not have a good big man presence on this team. You have Shea Mohammed, 6'11", out of Queens, New York. He's a freshman. He's got a lot of, he's a junior. He's got a lot of room to grow and develop over the next couple seasons. He'll play limited minutes in most of the regular season games. And then you have Alor Maluk. He's a 6'11" sophomore out of Baldwin, Pennsylvania, 6'11", 220 pounds. Again, a shot blocker, hopefully a good rebounder, but he's not a big offensive presence on this on this team itself. So that's kind of the guys to focus on. They go about, I would say, 7 to 8 players deep, sometimes 9 players, especially on the guard play, the shooting guard play. They play a very up-tempo basketball style. They like to spread the court, get open lanes for the guards to drive against the big men to try to get to the basket. That's the type of exciting play you're going to see out of this basketball team. Now, the downside of this team is they have no big man presence. And this showed up in the game against the University of Florida the other night. And I'll talk about that a little bit more here in a minute. But the lack of a big man presence, they have to run the court. Very up-tempo, get to your shooting positions, get the ball up, and make a high percentage of your outside shooting, including your three-pointers. They're going to live and die by the 3 ball, it looks like, this season because of the makeup of this basketball team. So let's drop that out and talk a little bit more about what happened in some of these previous contests, especially the University of Florida game. And let me bring this up and see if I can get the right one up here. I think this is the one right here. Let's see if we can get this one up. I think you can see that now. Let's see. Yeah, here, this is the game against the University of Florida. Now, you can see the first half, Florida State led in the first half. We won the first half by 3 points, 40-37. I mean, that really shocked the Gator fans there. That took the air out of the O'Connell Center there in Gainesville. In the second half, we only lost by 5 points. Overall, we lost by 2 points. We could have tied the game. Robert McCray had the last shot for the Noles from the corner, and unfortunately, it hit the front rim and did not get close to the cylinder. But if you look at certain things here, Florida State only shot 33, almost 34% field goals from inside the three-point line, and that's not going to help you win games. We need to get that at a higher percentage, probably in the 45%, 44 percentile, to be a competitive team. Now, we were competitive in this game. Despite that, Florida only shot 39%. So it was pretty close there. Now, in three-pointers, I think you'll see that's where the big drop-off was. Florida State only had 26% of their three-pointers, 9 of 34 attempts. That hurt them in this ball game. If they could have had that up in the 35% range, they probably would have won this game. The Gators shot poorly as 6 of 31 from 3 points for 19%. So they weren't having a great night either. We held in the game, and which I'm glad to see, is at the free stripe, at the foul line, 21 of 25, 84%. Gators only had 68% from there. So that really held us in the game moving forward. The rebounding statistic is substantially different. The Gators had 58 rebounds. A lot of them were on the offensive end, and the Seminoles had 36. That's where the lack of the big man presence really hurts this team. Our forwards have to do a better job rebounding the ball, and guards have to do a better job getting their opponents to turn the ball over. We're going to try to get a lot of turnovers because of the different presses that we put on the opponent, and it was working against the Gators as well. So a good effort by the Noles in this game for sure. Nothing to be ashamed of in the way they went after this. All right, I want to share one last screen here with you. Let's see. This is it right here. Let me bring this up for you. Hopefully, again, you could see these. I'll be looking at it later to make sure. This is a very, I think, a very good look at who's playing, who's not at this point. Robert McRae is your leader. He's leading in points. He's leading in assists. You can see his points are 17, a little over 17 and a half. His rebounds are at 4, but his assists, he's going to be an assist leader. He's going to be dishing the ball off a lot, almost 9 assists per game. Robert McRae is going to be on the draft board of the NBA come the end of this season. He's an outstanding leader. He can shoot the ball well. He's got good point guard presence, and he's the leader. He has to stay healthy for this team to do well. Very, very important. Now, the next name you see over here is Chauncey Wiggins. Chauncey Wiggins is a key for scoring. He's scoring 15 points a game at this point. He needs to increase those rebounds. He's got 5 rebounds per game. I don't care that much about his assists, but I do care about his rebounds and his scoring ability. He's going to play a lot of minutes. He's got to stay healthy. LeJay Jones, another scorer. He's scoring in double digits, 13, almost 14 points a game. His rebounding is solid. He should hopefully get like 7 to 8 rebounds. He's averaging 5.7. Kobe McGee is another shooting guard on this team. He's averaging double figures at 13 points. We need him also to stay healthy. Other big minutes you're getting from Alex Sten. His big thing is rebounds. He's leading the team right now in rebounds at 7, a little over 7 rebounds a game. I'd like to see him develop to get maybe 9 rebounds a game. Somerville is a shooting guard. He's going to play a lot of minutes. He's almost getting to the 10-point average. I think he can do that. Thomas Basong is coming along as a freshman, 15 minutes a game, and he's scoring almost 7 points per game. These are your guys. These are the guys that you're going to see on the court quite a bit. And I think if you go to a game, if you watch a game, I think you're going to enjoy this style of play that Coach Luke Loucks has brought from the NBA, and that's going to help him get recruits. Now, they just had a signing class. I think they signed 3 or 4 high school guys. The portal obviously is not open yet, but I'll be talking about that next time and not in this episode right now. But this is a very exciting basketball team. Hey, we've got some guys. We've got some of our viewers in here. Great to see some of you guys. Let me look at what you've got to say here, and let's see what you got here for me. Let's see. Let's start with Samurai Seminole. We're glad you're in here. Always glad to see you. Obviously, we're so close to being Florida. We certainly were. I'm very happy with the effort. I don't know if you saw the game or not, Samurai. It was an exciting game, very competitive. So far, Noles have been very, very competitive in all of their games, win or lose. And despite having a bad shooting night against the Gators, their hustle on the defensive end as well causes the opponent a lot of problems. If our opponents don't have good ball handlers and don't have the depth of ball handlers, there's going to be a lot of turnovers that come our way. That's for sure. Let's see. Samurai also said, I've been very impressed so far at how much better this team looks compared to Hamilton's team. I would say the energy level is much higher. The enthusiasm is much higher. And Luke Loucks is very enthusiastic himself. I suggest you watch some of his post-game pressers. Watch some of his post-game pressers. I think you'll see he's very transparent. He lays out what he likes and what he doesn't like in a game, and he's looking not only to improve as a coach, but to improve each player that he has under him this year. Samurai, you're being very, very active here, and I appreciate that. Really happy to appreciate that you're covering the basketball team. Well, I'm going to try to do that on a regular basis. I can't promise you it's going to be every game, but I am excited about this team, and it's got me wanting to be in here. French person in the comments section told me that we have a lot of new French fans on the FSU basketball team because of the French player. That's Thomas Bassong. He's a freshman, and we expect a lot of development on him. He's already a pretty good player we have on our team now. That's great. Hopefully we can get some of them to come in here and join our family here on Seminole Sideline 365. So if you see any of them, please invite them to our channel for basketball, if nothing else. We'd love to have them in here. We appreciate you. You're one of our ambassadors, Samurai. So if you could help us recruit some new people to Seminole Sideline 365, KB and I would definitely appreciate that. Thank you, sir. I love how good this team is at shooting a three-pointer. Yeah, we're going to live and die by the three-pointer based on the structure of this team. Without any big men, you have to play a small guard type of strategy. And we didn't shoot the ball that well the other night against Florida, but you're going to see a lot of balls in the air, probably anywhere from 38 to 44. I would expect 3 points per night. And it's going to be very interesting to watch the stats and the win-loss record of how this proceeds. But this is the strategy going forward. This wasn't a one-off. We're going to shoot the three ball quite a bit. I see the GOATs in here. Hey, glad to see you, GOAT. And thanks for joining this segment of FSU basketball. FSU has so many very competitive, nationally competitive sports teams out there. We'll probably be doing a little baseball as well. The women's sports, women's basketball, women's softball. I mean, there's so many good sports to follow. I'll be honest with you. My retirement plans were going to take me to Tallahassee, but I found another community that I settled in 10 years ago. So I get up occasionally for some games, but I'm constantly watching them on TV. And it's a great place to watch some really competitive college sports. And obviously, we all worry about the football program. We got a big game coming up against Virginia Tech on Saturday night, and that's a great game to get to if you're in the local area. The tickets are cheap. You can take an entire family probably for under $50 on tickets if you go on a Tick Pick. I like Tick Pick. They're not a sponsor of this show. We wish they were, but Tick Pick is all in on the price that you see. So if you have the Tick Pick app, if you haven't tried it, get on Tick Pick and take a look at it there. But in terms of this basketball team, I think I expect we're going to probably go 500 in the ACC. I think we're going to surprise some teams, especially at home. I think we'll win some games on the road we're probably not supposed to win. But I'm very excited overall about this Noles basketball team. And if we can get some followers in here, that'll be great. In fact, I didn't even know I was live, to be honest. I thought I was doing a recording. And it kept saying live, so I said, I guess we're live. So that's what we have. KB will probably get on me about some of my technicals, but I'm having a good time doing this. So if you missed us here tonight, you won't know anyways, but you'll see it on record. But I appreciate you guys, the GOAT, Samurai Semino in here tonight, and that's a great start. I didn't expect anybody, so you guys made my day for being in here. So that's going to be it from Seminole Sideline 365 and the old man. And we definitely appreciate you guys. We're Florida State fans. True. I started with Florida State sports back in the mid-'60s, listening to it on a transistor radio. If you haven't seen a transistor radio, look it up on the internet. That was so cool. Sitting in my room listening to this small little radio that had a little antenna, listening on an AM local station down in Clearwater, Florida. I'm a Florida bred guy. And then obviously I started as a freshman at Florida State in 1970, and I couldn't have had a better school to go to. So that's it from here, from the Tucker Center report, so to speak. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll see you next time. And by the way, if you're down in the Tampa area, Florida State men's basketball is going to play down there on it's the Friday after Thanksgiving. I am going to be at that game. I've got my tickets already from TickPick. There's some good tickets on there. They're going to play Texas A&M. That should be an exciting game in Tampa at the arena down there. They've got a new, I think it's called Bank Raid or Bank something. It's not the Ameline Arena anymore, but it's the same arena, same place down there in the Tampa Riverwalk. If you can get to the game, try to get down there and let's cheer on our Noles. I expect a good crowd down there. Tampa's got a big club of Noles, and I expect we'll be rocking that place down there. I look forward to it. It's like a 5 p.m. tip-off on that Friday. And, of course, then the Noles go to Gainesville for football on Saturday, the following Saturday after that game, to take on the Gators. So that's it. That's Seminole Sidelines for tonight. Thanks for following Florida State basketball, and look forward to talking to you all season long about Noles men's basketball and other news. All right. For Florida State, Seminoles, Sideline 365, I'm out. Bye-bye.
Seminole Sideline 365. Feel the roar, we're coming alive. Garnet and gold in the battle we thrive. This is our house where legends arrive. Every yard we take